Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Bout Books. It's like 5:30. I think it's later than 5:30 at this point. My alarm went off at 5:30, but it sounded like part of my dream, so. But I'm awake now and I'm going to walk with my mom in about 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm up and at 'em. I'll show you my bullet journal spread for Bout Books. Because Bout Books is so chill, it's like you set your own reading goals and whatnot. I went ahead and made myself a bullet journal spread to keep track of what I wanted to keep track of. I really like to do this for readathons. I don't bullet journal my general reading because I use a spreadsheet to keep track of that, but I like to use bullet journaling for readathons. So let's take a look. I've got my to-do list for today over here, and then I have my Bout Books bullet journal spread here. So I did like a bookmark, and it has the different days with the date, and then I took a page out of Doris's book and used these little boxes. So these first two are for vlogging and whether I did the Instagram challenge, and then the Instagram challenges are down here for the days, and then these other four are to keep track of which ones of these books I read during the day. So I could, fill up all four of them, or more likely it's going to be one or two of them. So I have Mansfield Park, which is the book that I am focusing on right now, so you'll probably see a lot of purple over here. And then I've got Shylock Is My Name. This is my audiobook, so probably not much of this today, although I am going to have to leave the house to go to the grocery store. But on the days I actually go into the office, you'll see this. And then Lost Soul Be at Peace is Maggie Thrash's new graphic memoir. It's a follow-up to Honor Girl, so I'm going to read that this week. And then Three Souls is the other novel that I want to read. And I may or may not start this week. It just depends on how I'm feeling with Mansfield Park. So yes, and then the last section is number of books finished and pages read. So these are going to be my final stats because those are really the only things that I'm tracking. So yeah. Well, I got my walk-in with my mom, so I can check that off my to-do list. I haven't exercised this morning, but I'm going to try to squeeze that in at some point, like take a break from working, because I am working from home today, and get in a little bit of like weight training or something, some kind of toning moves. But I've got my toast, I already drank my protein shake, I've got my tea in my nice Polish pottery mug, and I am going to actually read a little bit. I have to get up and get it, which is the downside. I'm going to read a little bit in Lost Soul Be at Peace, because I feel like that's a good thing to read in the morning, because it's a graphic novel, and while I'm awake, and I have been up for an hour and a half, I still feel a little bit tired. Work is over, and I had to make myself a cup of green tea because I was fading fast. Getting up at 5:30 is a bit exhausting, but now that work is over, I've done some of the things on my to-do list. I went to the grocery store at lunch, which meant that I listened to some of my audiobook, and I'm on like page 25. This book does not make sense. Like, I listened to The Merchant of Venice because this is the Hogarth Shakespeare edition retelling of The Merchant of Venice. That was a little like all over the place as far as Shakespeare plays go, but inevitably I was able to follow it eventually. This, to me, doesn't bear much resemblance to that, except that they're throwing around some of the same character names. And instead of like in The Merchant of Venice, they focus a lot on the religion of like the main characters. This one is like hyper focused on sexuality and sexual innuendo and things like that. And I'm just 25 pages in, but I am left feeling confused and also kind of disgusted. So we'll see how far I get into this. I'm going into the office tomorrow, so I will listen to this on my commute. I have like a 30 to 40 minute commute depending on traffic. So yeah, I should be able to listen to more of this tomorrow and decide if I am actually going to continue with it. I would hate to DNF one of the Hogarth Shakespeare retellings because I want to read them all, but it's rough, guys. It's rough. I did, what is that? Crazy hair. I did read a considerable amount of this morning, and I kind of want to read more of it, but if I do, then I'll end up finishing it, and that's not a bad thing, but this is my good morning read, so I don't want to finish it all now and then I'll have something to read in the morning. So I think I'm going to try to resist reading on this the rest of the night because I still have only read a few pages of Mansfield Park, which is the one I want to focus on. So I would like to read 30 to 40 pages or 30 to 50 pages of this tonight, and I think that's totally doable. Well, I am about to go to bed, and I finished up my reading of Mansfield Park. I read about 35 pages, and I tallied my reading for the day, and I read 118 pages. Now, obviously, 70 of those were graphic novels, so there's that, but still, I'm happy with that. I will most assuredly hit my 300-page goal for the week, so hopefully I will do better than that. I still think it's possible to finish Mansfield Park. We'll see. Good morning. It's almost 6 o'clock. I've been up. I actually woke up on my own, and I was laying there like, should I get up and go to the bathroom or go back to sleep because my alarm's gonna go off soon, because I thought it was like 4:30, and then my alarm went off and I was like, oh, it's 5:30, that's perfect, I'm already awake. So I feel like I feel less tired when I wake up on my own anyways, so hopefully that means I'll be less tired today, even though I slept not so great. Like, I woke up at like 11:30 startled, so that sucked. But anyways, I'm gonna walk with my mom, and then I'm gonna come back, feed the cats, make some breakfast, and read a little bit more in I almost said Honor Girl, and Lost Soul Be at Peace. It looks like I built myself a nest, which I guess kind of I have. I've got my breakfast, Greek yogurt with cinnamon and honey, and blueberries and granola. I've got my to-do list for the day, and I already actually read a little bit in my graphic novel, so I need to mark that box up here. But yeah, let's get this day started. Look at that sunset. Ooh, it's pretty. It looks better than that in real life, I promise. Well, I am home from work. I listened to this much of my audiobook on the way to work, and then I was on the phone with my mom the whole way home from work because I was freaking out about a house that just came on the market today that is wonderful, but we're not ready to list our house, and it's probably going to sell fast, so we're probably out of luck with that one. House buying sucks so much. It sucks so much. Anyways, well, I'm home. I have spent the last hour doing moving related stuff, so I've packed a few boxes. I fed the cat. That's about it. I haven't really done anything else. I need to make some food because I'm hungry, and hopefully my avocados will be ripe now so that I can use them to make the dinner that I wanted to make yesterday. And then once I do that, I will try to read a few pages in one of my books. Well, it is 7:15. Zero additional reading has happened yet, but this is freaking delicious. So I will link the recipe down below, but basically it's a pita with like a avocado spread stuff that you make. And then it has roasted chickpeas and cauliflower on it, which if you leave it at that, the recipe's totally vegan. But one of the suggestions that they made is to put Greek yogurt on it, which I did put, and I think the Greek yogurt makes the dish for me. Like it adds this, like it cuts the spiciness, because the vegetables, which are over here, the vegetables are roasted with like chili pepper and garam masala and cayenne pepper, and then the avocado has a little bit of serrano pepper in it and cumin. So they are a little spicy, but like flavorful spicy, not like, oh my god, I'm crying spicy. And I feel like that with the Greek yogurt is friggin' delicious. So good choices on this recipe, and like I said, I'll link it down below. I'm definitely gonna have leftovers, and hopefully it will work well as leftovers. I've probably only read like 8 pages in Mansfield Park today, so it is like 9:20, something like that. So I am going to read some more before I actually go to sleep, but probably not a whole lot more, just because there were a couple of YouTube videos that I was really excited to watch. And I do like to watch YouTube videos laying in bed as I'm trying to fall asleep, so I'm dragging today. I wish desperately that it wasn't Wednesday, because Wednesday we were all required to be at the office. Because I would really like to work from home today. Oh well, first world problems. My head looks like a potato. My brain is only kind of halfway working. So yeah, I am home from work, and I took this from my dinner from last night for lunch. And then my mother decided she wanted to go to lunch, so I ended up having to bring it back. I left and got in my car, and then realized I hadn't picked it back up from the cafeteria, from the refrigerator, so I went and got it. Ridiculous. Anyways, so I've been listening to this. I would say it's gotten a little more, like it now has a more linear plot that I am able to follow. But it's still kind of, I don't know, it still feels like a little all over the place. But I'm over 100 pages in. I'm about to the halfway point, so at this point I'm more than likely going to finish it, because, you know, it is, I don't want to DNF one of these unless I just absolutely hate it. And I don't absolutely hate it, I just don't love this. But yeah, so 112 pages, which that's most of the reading I've done today has been listening. Actually, all of the reading I've done today has been listening, because I did not read any of my graphic novel this morning, and I haven't read any of Mansfield Park. I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if I read any of Mansfield Park today, just because my brain is so tired. Like, getting up at 5:30 is fine, and I like getting up that early. But I haven't been sleeping, like going to sleep well. So that's just, you know, it is what it is, but I'm not getting nearly enough sleep. So we're hitting that part of the week where it's starting to catch up with me. Thank God I work from home tomorrow. So I'm trying to decide if I'm just gonna sleep until 8 o'clock and then like roll over and log on or what. But I'm at home, so that at least takes a little bit of the like commute and stuff out of the picture. I finished this one, Lost Soul Be at Peace by Maggie Thrush, and it was really good. I would say it's not as good as Honor Girl, but that's because for me, I hardcore related to Honor Girl. Like there were so many things in it that I'm like, man, teenage me really needed to have this at my disposal to not feel alone. So I wasn't expecting this to live up to Honor Girl, but I still think that it is beautifully illustrated and written, and it's a fantastic graphic novel, graphic memoir. So yeah, I don't know where I would rate this. I'll have to give it some thought. I did just discover that under the dust jacket there's a kitty, which the kitty plays a role in the story, but that's really cute. Well, good morning. I went to sleep at like 9:30 last night and slept until 7. Well, my alarm went off at 6:30, but I laid there until 7:15. Feels so much better. Yesterday I was to the point where I like could not think. I was so tired. So, yay. So that's good. Today ought to be a lot more productive now that I have had a good night's sleep. But needless to say, I got no additional reading done. But yeah, so I have about an hour before I have to turn my computer on and log in. I have to feed the cats. They're all wanting attention, and by attention I mean food. And then I have to feed myself. And yeah, I doubt I'll get any reading done before I actually log on, just because I finished my graphic novel yesterday. And while I am awake, I don't know that I am awake enough to read Mansfield Park right now. I'm back here again. It's lunchtime, so I'm eating my lunch. I have these little vegetable nugget things that are, I think, Amy's or something. It's not Amy's. Kathy's? Some girl's name. And then I have a Morningstar spicy black bean burger with fig jam and avocado and salt and pepper and then ketchup. Yeah, so I'm eating my lunch. I'm waiting to hear back from my manager whether or not I get to take tomorrow off, because in the last 48 hours, the 2 houses we already looked at are already off the market. They're both bought, both pending offer. One of the houses that we were planning on looking at on Saturday is pending offer, and another house that was on our list is pending offer, and the one that I really like that we're planning on looking at on Saturday just went on the market recently, and it's really good. So it's probably going to sell pretty soon too. So we're starting to freak out a little bit, mostly me. And we've got to pack. So tomorrow we are going to spend just like marathon packing, if I get tomorrow off, to try to get things moving. And then and then we also are going to do date night tomorrow because we need something to de-stress. But yeah, so a lot of reading is probably not going to happen. I did get a chapter of Mansfield Park in, so I'm now to the end of volume 1, which I didn't even know there were volumes in this. So I made some progress on that, but not a whole lot. So I'm not anticipating a ton of reading getting done in the next 4 days, which is terrible because this is a readathon vlog. But I'm going to try to squeeze it in where I can. You get those mean old feet. I'm reading Mansfield Park, and I have a cat snuggler. morning. So I am up and moving around. My husband and I are both off today, and we're doing mostly packing, and then we're going on date night. I think that I may actually get to make a pottery piece that will serve as my Bookopoly jar. So that's exciting. So I'll be surprised if I really get any reading done, except maybe late tonight when I get home. I did read a few more chapters of Mansfield Park, and it is getting a little bit more interesting. It's kind of one of those books that's a little bit tedious because I just don't feel like anything happens, and I also am not getting a good idea of where like it's going. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a lot of her other books, but I am almost to the halfway point, so yeah, I'm still enjoying it. That's a good thing. I'm gonna drink my tea, make me some breakfast, and start on the front room. I've got a friend. I've read a few more chapters of Mansfield Park. Yeah, I've got a friend. Like I said, not a whole bunch of reading happening today. Oh, there he goes. Now I can get up and go to the bathroom and get some chapstick. Good morning. Well, it's probably going to be another less than productive reading day because in about 2 hours we have to meet our realtor to look at like 5 houses today. So we're going to be doing a lot of house looking. Oh, it's dark in here. Sorry. I went in there because I wanted to get this. I've already been bad and bought a book in January. Well, I've technically bought 2. But this, I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. And it's a little thing, so I'll definitely, this is going to be on my 24 and 48 TBR. This is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. It's the first book in the Murderbot Diaries, which I've heard Rachel from Colonnati talk about a lot and sounded super interesting, so that's why I bought it. Anyways, I'm gonna make some breakfast and get this day going. Hello and good morning. So today I plan on getting much more reading done than yesterday. So the plan right now is that I want to read at least 50 pages of this to get me over the 50-page mark. I don't know why I'm so yellow. Light balance on this camera today is rough. So I definitely want to read over 50 pages of this. I've read about, I think, 100 pages just this week, so that's good. Not as much as I had intended to, though, because I wanted to read 50 pages a day of Mansfield Park, or at least 30 pages a day, and I did not accomplish that, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. If I leave the house, I'll listen to my audiobook. But it is cold and rainy, and I don't really have a reason to leave the house, so hopefully I won't have to. But I also will have to be doing a little bit more packing. We're getting there. Some of the rooms actually look a little bit better now. I had to, so all of my red books at this point are packed. So the only books still left on my shelf at this point are my to be read shelf pile, whatever. So I might do a video on how I have those organized and what's on that shelf, because I went through and reorganized them in a way that sort of makes sense to me. Kind of aligns with my Bookopoly goals and such, but yeah. So if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I will film that video and give you a peek at my TBR. Well, I forgot to end the vlog last night, but I did read enough pages of Mansfield Park to get me over the 250 page mark in the book, so I am, according to Goodreads, exactly halfway through, but I think I'm a little bit more than halfway through just based on the page count. that is actually just Mansfield Park and not the extra stuff at the end of that edition. So that is super exciting. I feel like I was pretty successful. I don't know the total of pages off the top of my head, but I will annotate it or put it in the video here. But yeah, Battle Books I feel like was successful given the number of things that are going on right now in my life. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.